Good morning and welcome, everyone. My name is Carmelo Garcia, Deputy Mayor Director of Economic and Housing Development. This is a proud day for the city of Newark. On behalf of Mayor Ras J, Baraka, we celebrate this wonderful event on such a catalytic anchor project for this area that has been under the mayor's vision as Sustainable Alley. We have a building that is a model sustainability facility, truly setting the trends on sustainability, stormwater management, and eco-centric to centralize city services and to make them more efficient for the city of Newark. It is with great pleasure that we acknowledge the owner, visionary of this site, Victor Santos. We also have to give a shout out to Goldman Sachs, so you'll be hearing from Margaret Anadu, and of course, our esteemed Assemblywoman, Ileana Pinto-Marin, Councilmember Augusto Amador, and then our visionary progressive mayor, Ras J. Baraka. A big round of applause. One of the things that the mayor has done is set zones throughout the city of Newark, and particularly this one, to address flooding and stormwater management issues. And this is considered Sustainable Alley because of the fact that this building is a green building, green technology. And what the mayor has imposed on us is to make sure that we have a culture of empowering redevelopers to consider sustainability to be at the forefront of what they do. Excellence and execution, getting it done. And this is a tribute to that. So without further ado, I'd like to ask Victor Santos to come up and say a few words on behalf of his project. Victor, please join us.
Good morning, everyone. I just want to say thank you to the mayor, thank you to the council to work for this project. They got a good vision to get this project moving forward to the city of Newark. I'd like to thank you, Bank, that started us at the beginning to move this project. I'd like to thank Goldman Sachs to do the construction for us. Again, thank you, everyone. I'm excited to get this project finished and delivered to the city. Everybody happy about it, the neighborhood people, plus the city of Newark. Thanks, Mayor, again, for got the vision to get this project going. Thank you. Everyone to come.
And before I ask her to come up, we'd like to thank Margaret Anadu and her team for believing in Newark and their dedication as they played an instrumental role in this process with the financing. And so, Margaret, please come up and say a few words.
Good to see you. I haven't seen you in a while. How are you doing? Hi, thanks so much for having us here. It's a really special day. So, you know, as you mentioned, Goldman is super bullish on Newark. You know, we've done a dozen investments or more in the city. We've invested over $500 million. And I just want to say that this deal is incredibly special for us. I think that, you know, when you get to be just a private citizen and not work directly for the city or run a city like the mayor, you forget how hard it is. And so one of the things we thought was really compelling about this transaction is it's not just going to provide kind of quality, modern, gorgeous space for a lot of city workers to spend time in, but it's also smart for the city in and of itself. So when we saw the analysis showing just how much money it's going to save for the city to really put all these uses in Sustainable Alley, just the efficiency that's gained from it, and the fact that it's a better economic deal for the city, you know, you have to bet on that, because what it takes is a really strong city, a financially sound city, to support and really do the things that it needs to do for its residents and its businesses. And so we think it's a really smart idea, and we're honored to be a part of it. And then everything, you know, that comes together like this really takes strong partnerships. We've loved working with you, Victor, over the last year. You've been thoughtful and flexible and really persistent in getting us to where we are. And then, of course, working with the city, you know, best partner you could have. Newark is always getting it done, doing what it needs to do, getting the approvals, moving things forward. And so we're excited to celebrate this progress today. And then obviously shout out to Sherry Wang on our team, who actually really is the woman behind all the work we do in Newark, and Kevin, who worked with her on this as well. Thanks again for having us.
Awesome. Great job. and someone who I know dearly, a beautiful and great friend who is carrying Newark's torch in Trenton, who's one of our leaders at the state, and always her heart is all about Newark and driving that force to get us all the resources we need so that the mayor can accomplish his goals. Assemblywoman Pinter Marin.
So good thing that we're facing that way when we're sitting down, because when you're speaking, this is, not a good hair day. I'm just really excited today. I'm very excited for Victor. This is really a dream come true for you. I know that you've been talking about this for years to come. And I'm going to share a little bit of a story. So I have a little bit of a personal connection with Victor and his family since they've known my parents for many, many, many years. And it's very interesting what the life cycle brings to you, because now you have someone who's cared about the Ironbound, who is a business person here in the Ironbound, and who's really trying to make different changes and bring sustainability to the city. Now, I was born and raised in the Ironbound, and anything that says sustainable, green, park, water, that's what we in the East Ward want to hear. So, Victor, I congratulate you and working with the mayor and with Goldman Sachs. And these are projects that at the state level, we really have to start taking more into consideration, because public-private partnerships are really gonna be the new wave moving forward. So congratulations, and I'm very excited. Thank you.
And the councilman who covers this ward and is truly always at the helm there, making sure that these kind of things with the mayor's vision come to light and get completed. Councilman Augie Amador.
Good morning. Someone once said that wherever the cities of the country go, Newark will be there first. I often say that whatever the city of Newark goes, the Ironbound will be there first. After this, we're going to go around the corner to my house for drinks. And if you believe that one, then I have a bridge to sell you. If you stay around in office for a long time, as I have, you see this that has been planned a long time ago come to fruition. And when we first talked about this project more than 10 years ago with Victor, and Victor and I had conversations about this, I totally supported the plan and the project back then, and I do now because of one thing. I really believe that this is the right thing to do with the city of Newark, consolidating services in one particular location and be effective and be efficient. And that's the way we should go as a public entity, as a city of Newark. So to Victor, to the mayor, for the vision that he had to push this forward and make sure that this happened, my sincere congratulations. And on behalf of the residents of the city of Newark and the residents of the East Ward, again, thank you. As long as the traffic doesn't go through Ferry Street, I have no problem whatsoever. Thank you.
That would be fitting. So, just a couple people to shout out that, of course, none of this is all possible without the team effort that the mayor inspires, which is CDC, Liz Da Silva, and Breen, Aisha, Director of Engineering, Phil Scott, Chief of Staff, Miri Baraka. Definitely always fitting for us to make sure as a team we get these things done. And there's a man who, of course, is our leader that has been championing these public-private partnerships to ensure that Newark is getting its due on job creation, its impact of improving the environment, and, of course, its economy. And that is the Honorable Mayor Ras J. Baraka.
Good morning. Good morning. Just want to say first, thank you to Carmelo and CDC for making this day possible. Victor, for your persistence, no matter what obstacles stood in your way to push this forward. The council people that are here, the councilman of this ward, Councilman John James is here as well, Assemblywoman Pinto Marin, for your help always making sure the city of Newark gets what we need. And Goldman Sachs, I don't know what we would do without Margaret. Goldman Sachs, I mean, every time we have one of these things, Goldman Sachs is present and accounted for. We are deeply indebted to your belief in our city. Without your investment and belief in our town, a lot of these projects will not get over the finish line. So we are deeply indebted to you and grateful for that as well. I'm glad to see all the directors here, as well. They know that this building means that some of their facilities will be down here. So they came to check it out, check the space out, look at the rendering, and make sure it's up to par with them moving. I just want to say, there's been a lot of discussion about this place. I think people who have doubts about this should go look at where our people live at now. Should go to the buildings, go to the water department, go to the finance building, look at some of the stuff that the engineering have to deal with in terms of traffic and signals, all of the sanitation department, DPW. Look at their facilities now. And look at how much money that we're spending on gas and electric and everything else in these buildings that are very, very, very old. So it just makes kind of real political sense and real economic sense to have a building where we consolidate all of these services in one location, in one space. Just a few things. The building will host a one-story motor vehicle repair garage. You need to check out the garage we got now. A 4-story parking deck with 227 spaces and a 7-story office building. The garage would provide washing, fueling, and repairs for city vehicles. Right now, our vehicles drive all over the city to get gas and repairs. Renderings posted downtown Newark, based architecture firm Camino Associates. We thank you for the fine architectural work that you did here as well. This would include nearly 100,000 square feet of solar panels to reduce overall electrical consumption. Hopefully, that's why I see PSE and G in the back. I don't know what that means for you guys, but you got your hands in our pocket too much. But this is an incredibly eco-friendly, sustainable building, and that's the part that I like the best and the most. This is something that we're trying to do in our city to make sure that most of our buildings and development are sustainable. We are moving into that in the city of Newark, whether we're talking about electric vehicles or doing something with our fleet or consolidating our buildings here in the city of Newark. These are things that we're thinking about and moving forward on, because we know even if the president doesn't believe in the Paris Accord, we do. we obviously, climate change is real. There's about 4 or 5 storms that prove it, that are coming back to back to back. That's putting whole islands into the water, which means that something awful is taking place, and we have to do our part in the city to make sure that we sustain our environment here in the city. And I'm glad that we're doing it today. Congratulations to everybody that's involved in this. I look forward to the ribbon cutting. God bless.
Thank you, Mayor. So without further ado, we're going to do the groundbreaking.